What good does it do to have all these tools and all the skills that go along with them if you're not willing to pass those skills on to the next generation?
Hi, I'm Benjamin.
And I'm Tim, or as Benjamin normally calls me, I'm Grampy. And together, we're going to learn woodworking skills and life skills because all the things I've acquired in terms of those skills, I need to pass them on to my grandson, Benjamin. So if you'd like to expand your knowledge toolbox, go ahead and follow along with our series, Teaching Benjamin.
How do you want to know if this is square and square?
Well, there's an easy way to test a square for being square. We're going to take our known straight edge here. We're going to set this right up next to it like this. Go ahead and mark on this side of the square, right up next to it all the way down. There you go. And then if we turn this over 180 degrees like this, and we mark it again, then right there, we can look down there, we can see the line is perfectly parallel. It's the same distance from one line to the other. So we know now that our square is actually proving that it's perfectly square. If we lay it up on the edge of a board like this, we can look down there and see that our board now is perfectly square. So if we're doing some joinery and joining boards together and they've got to be perfectly square, now we've just proven that it's square by testing our square for square. Pretty cool, huh?
So do you always have to use these type of pencils?
You
or
can use
different?
any kind of a pencil or a pen or whatever you use to mark it with. The big thing is to make that line as fine as you can and make it small so you can put them real close together.
So can you do it like different sizes? So what can you not do? Like what
Well,
angle?
that's a perfect question. What would you not do? I wouldn't use a marker like this because look at how big this line is. It's way too big a line, and it's hard to get it to be real close and perfect and fine to know that it's right on the money. So that, to me, that's too big a line to use. So that's why I always take a pencil and get it really nice and sharp and use that to determine that my square is in fact perfectly square.
So what happens if it's like here? You barely can see it.
Well, I can see it, and that's a good thing. But the question is, what do you do if you're square? Let's say we do it like this. We make our mark on there, and we turn it over, and we determine that it's not square. Then what do we do? It's called throw it away. Because it's not good for a thing. If it's off a lot. If it's off by just a very little bit, you can actually adjust the square by taking a punch. And if it was pushed in a little bit, if you take a metal punch and you pound a spot right there, it'll expand that metal a little bit and it'll push this back over just a little bit. But for the most part, if your square is not square, it's not a square. Get rid of it. You don't need it in the shop.
So can you like use different type of square things?
Yeah, exactly. If I'm using just really small pieces of wood, I can use this to check stuff. If I've got bigger pieces that I'm going to mark, if I want to mark that cut all the way down that board, a long cut like that, a short square like this isn't going to get the job done. So you use different squares and different size squares depending on how big the piece is that you're working with.
Okay.
Cool, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Give me 5.
Yeah.